Hey everyone, Safe from Tree here. We're starting on Let's Play, well, on starting the Mage campaign in Let's Play Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. So let's see where this leaves us. No, I remember, it kind of starts a little difficult. This thing's a little more difficult. Yeah. I actually gotta give credit that he's actually willing to accept that, you know. Right, Who I want? I like all those guys, kind of good. Artifact, Bloodwing. Okay, glad for now. I don't remember what I had it for. I'll put you in there and put... you guys. I believe I was using those two. Let's do this. And then, essentially this is 3 straight fights we have. You have to win these. And... alright. It's actually a little daunting if you don't exactly remember how to use some of these units. It could be a little daunting. I fortunately do remember, but it can be a little daunting because you're using units you haven't used for a little while. Lucky you're used to you probably came out of this being used to using the demon units. So using all these other units again is kind of... yow. What was that? I don't remember that happening. Ugh. This does make it considerably more difficult than it already should be. And it ends up becoming just this things are becoming a little annoying. He's gonna take a hit first. Honestly, you probably won't be using any of these units after this fight. They only matter with you to win it. You won't be using, at least you won't be using any undead units for the rest of this fight. For the rest of the game, I think, after this. So. Don't worry too much. You're gonna go out here. Concern yourself with what's in front of you. I think that's your biggest concern here. Concentrate on what's in front of you and you're gonna win this fight. I hate the explosions that keep popping up. It's annoying. I'm glad it doesn't work on the ghost things. It's definitely wise you put these guys instantly because it doesn't work on them. Because everything just keeps getting blown up and pushed forward and blown up again. See, these guys don't get affected by its more ridiculous attacks, which gives you more chance of actually surviving the onslaught of constant nonsense that you're going to have to deal with. It's really hard to get a hit on him if you're not using the ghost guys, honestly. You're not really going to get any damage done, because it's just the defenses are huge. Since most of the units get blown up, it really doesn't matter too much what you summon in most locations. So they're just gonna get blown up over and over again. It gets actually kind of annoying that all your units is consistently getting destroyed. You don't have much to work with. Just be glad anything you have makes it in one piece in this fight. And so, these fights can take a little while. You may not even see wizard units in this first episode, simply for the sake of how long it takes to do all this fighting. I lost one, but honestly, it doesn't matter too much what happens here, honestly, because the fight is really... Probably not going to be using these units for the rest of this campaign. That's the one fight you get. It gives you a nice little callback to each previous one you've done it. Yeah, these guys are good, and I might go Dremel Dragon. I mean, preferably I'll use these guys simply because they're better. I mean, you can get the unicorns, but I don't see why. Yeah. This guy's gonna be putting together mighty titans in large amounts. Oh dear. Right. That makes this more complicated. So that's what this one is. It's surviving the onslaught of nonsense and not dying on it. Okay. You're clearly in no position to be doing anything there, honestly. You basically, this thing can actually be quite useless. It's a placeholder unit to take a hit. Essentially, that's what that thing's gonna do most of the time. It's a placeholder unit to take a hit. You may struggle. This one's probably one of the harder ones, simply for... This one's gonna be probably the harder one to do, simply for the sake of... Essentially, you just gotta hope you have enough stuff, and you're lucky enough to take on whatever, on this huge onslaught of attacks that they are launching at you. Honestly, it's much easier if it was the undead, the demons, because a bunch of hell charges would be able to quickly counteract whatever these guys were doing. Sadly, I don't have that. This will probably tear me apart. I honestly don't think I can take these attacks, so I'm probably gonna have to do this again. This first part is more annoying than anything else. I doubt I'll even survive the first 2 hits, yet than this guy. What's the bet I have no attack health left when I get hit by both those things? See? They hit so hard, it's almost ludicrous. It's not that, it's just hoping to be able to build up enough defenses to actually stop these guys. It's quite difficult. See, this is probably the hardest one you have to do. It's very unlikely you actually have the necessary force to really stop either of these opponents from really doing anything more than what they already have. Good, except these guys just, it's this ones on the side that are really annoying. It honestly just makes it impossible to do anything about them. There's really not much you can do. This is really hard and it's bordering on a little, this bit can be considered annoying and isn't the best part of this game. I feel like they should have removed this part and just gone on with it, because it's not fun, it's not entertaining, and it's just ridiculously hard. It's a ridiculously hard moment in this game for essentially no reason. Thinking with how close it is brushing up to the end. Seriously, these things will just wipe you out in literally 2 seconds, and there's very little you get to do about them, because you're essentially given 6 turns to stop these 2. I have experience, this is the reason why the big units are really just pains. You got 3 big units who are all going to attack you, 2 in unison. It is very difficult to really place a good solid defense against that. You might not even want any of those creatures, to be honest. The big ones are just not going to help you here. You want to set up as many small attacks as you can, as quickly as possible. Setting up a big attack just takes too long. Setting up small but effective attacks is going to be your best bet here. And making use of everything you can at all times. You want to get the most out of your moves whenever possible. You only have essentially 5 turns here before they attack you. And that is not really in your favor. Five moves before you get attacked, or by just one more before you get attacked again. It's really not an ideal scenario to be put in. It's probably the hardest tactical thing you have to deal with in this entire game. Is this. Honestly, it is hard in how it treats you here. It's almost on the point of, you know, if you fail multiple times at this, I don't blame you for it. Because this is hard. Because essentially you've got these two are going to attack you, and they're probably going to leave you with no health at all. And this guy's just going to hit nothing. So he's a total waste. Yeah, that's the other thing. If something's not in the right spot, you're really in a... It just makes everything even harder than it already is to stop an onslaught of constant nonsense that realistically you shouldn't be able to stop in the amount of time you're given. I'm not saying this game is it's not impossible to do this, but it definitely doesn't help matters that you have to deal with this with such little time to work with. See, like, I don't have enough defenses to stop all these attacks. I probably could take maybe one of these. Like, this guy doesn't take any damage. You only have that much health. I'm probably gonna have to... What artifact do I have now that I think about it? I need an artifact. Leaf plate. Goo. At this point, that's gonna do me best here. The extra 25% health is the best thing I've done. It probably won't save me completely, but if I'm gonna survive this, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Having 103 health means I might survive something. I wouldn't survive otherwise. See, even with that extra health, it's still very hard to survive this attack. This one may take you quite a while, and sometimes I think it's bordering on it being ridiculously impossible. I might actually want those guys over them, because the increasing their charge time will mean that they can't actually let off their charges. I can disrupt their combos, things like that. Maybe they're the better option here, even though they're weaker. Well, if they hit, all they need to do is hit once, and they'll disrupt whatever charge is being charged. That's my best bet, is to disrupt their charge times. Continually disrupt their charge times until, like, so they can't set off their attacks in exact unison. And keep pushing them back further, giving me time to weaken them and whittle them down. Alright. Even though they have not actually had any real experience and they didn't actually use them very much, they actually are going to come in handy here. The lesser power is going to make for it just simply by keeping these guys from doing their attacks for more turns, as they delay turns when they attack, giving me time to do other things and get more turns for myself. I'm pretty sure I could take that hit. Due to all the walls here. Barely survived the onslaught. It's not about beating, it's about surviving. There's no way you can overpower them, but it's about surviving, like, survive. Using them definitely helped. Now, here's where the final fight comes in, the Rakasa versus God. So all these guys just have some incredibly nasty tricks up their sleeve that annoy the hell out of you because they want to make the this thing really hard for essentially no reason. Which to me is dumb, annoying, and stupid, and I don't know why they decided that this was a good idea. Because to be honest, this part is probably the most... The game has its annoying sections. But this is literally the worst section of the game, honestly. It just creates a big bunch of annoying enemies that have annoying superpowers that annoy the hell out of you for essentially what amounts to no reason. Look, I like this game, but it does do some annoying stuff. This is one of those annoying things that just does because that's just annoy you for the sake of it. Which I don't like. I don't like the idea that the game thinks that that's acceptable to just do something that's annoying because it can. Because it is annoying to have to consistently deal with it. This one's probably the easiest one because you're gonna use... Mild spoiler, you're gonna actually use Godric later, so they don't want to wear him down as much as the other two. And I do think that was a wise choice because you're going to use his stuff later. To deal with, you know, things. Like, essentially these knights just put a shield on everyone who's around them, meaning they don't have to deal with as much nonsense. It just means that the enemy's incoming attacks don't do as much. So I don't like the whole thing that you can just poison your charging units and they all can't actually really charge. Because that's annoying. It just means that your charging units can't actually really attack, really do much damage. Because they're constantly losing their attack power every turn. I don't know, I feel like that was just a turd move for the game developers to make the enemy do that. I mean, I know you want to make these guys are mages and obviously use magical power and whatnot, but that's not an excuse to do this, because it's not fun and doesn't improve the game experience for anyone. It just annoys you more than anything else. I mean, I like when, you know, this game is much of the next person, but honestly, it doesn't really help you any when you just create something that's annoying. Like, I'm a big advocate of this game, but because I feel like it's an unnoticed game among a lot of other games that people make. This game's only gone unnoticed, despite being part of a franchise that's quite big. It's actually gone pretty unnoticed. But that's still, it does have its flaws. I think this game's praised as highly because it seems to be underwhelmingly noticed for what it is. Despite being a pretty solid game all in all, and it's quite easily missed by a lot of players. For essentially the fact that it just isn't a very... It's just the game hasn't gotten... It wasn't very big when it came out, so not many people know about it. I find like that's just a petty excuse for the fact that this game doesn't really get a lot of impact. When it really should. But this game has done some is a great game, it's just it hasn't gotten spotted by many people because of the fact that it's, you know, it's not even mentioned. That's the other thing that might be good at to make them quite useful units. Getting him going would be great. If possible. Or to get him going. In order to get him going, I need to get all my guys over on this side. Which I could do next turn. It's going to be a bit difficult, but I can't set it up. And right now I probably need that in order to get past what he's doing, because otherwise I'm not going to have a strong enough attack to really break his defenses. I need the power of that battle dive hitting out there. And I got a Griffin going, it's going to be pretty hard to... I do hate the poison thing, because it just makes it impossible to get a good attack off. Because it just drains all your power out of your biggest attacks. Yes, this guy's the only guy that doesn't actually have an attack spell, per se. All the other guys, like, fire arrows, spit your shields at them. This guy just creates a shield. He's all about defense, which makes his opponent able to just nerf his attack a bit. on the OP side when fighting him. It's probably this is the most annoying one of them because it's designed specifically to ruin his day. Because his skill set is designed to go very much defensively, and the only offense he has is his units. So the fact that you can weaken his charges stinks beyond all measure. On top of the fact that they can constantly getting attacked means that he can't set off really anything strong for any period of time. Which does get annoying because it means that his strongest stuff's always getting weakened by the opponent, leaving him pretty much incapable of doing anything offensive in this entire fight, which is annoying. It makes his ability to be aggressive really hard. I'm glad I actually put the knight up because now I got a shield protecting him at least. He's only going to use his battle die, which means he's not going to attack the opponent directly, which is going to stink. Although I think it will help that he is paired with another attack. See, like he's literally performing no damage to anything. Look how weak that attack is, considering what it was when it started. That's the annoying thing about this, is you really can't get any strong attacks off. And perform a battle dive, which means it actually does no damage to the actual characters behind it. Which is annoying. It means that essentially that big attack that I built did nothing. And I mean, that can get annoying when your best stuff can't do anything. Like, what's the point of having it? What's the point of having big attacks when they're incapable of doing what they need to do? That spell really doesn't help you any here. And it's the sad thing about Godric's magic spell. It doesn't really help. When you're trying to get past something annoying like this, it doesn't really help. Yeah, he can hurt you from behind his things, but is it really going to stop anything? No, not really. It feels more like it's an annoying little pesky thing that you hit the opponent with. It's like he stung you with an ant. It's like he got stung by something small. And it's kind of not relevant. You know, it feels like this guy is essentially able to turn all of your swords into the equivalent of stinging like you're poking them with a pinprick. I know this episode's going kind of long, but I'm trying to get... I haven't even got to the start. Like, I haven't even gotten to the mage part of the mage campaign. These first fights take a while. This final campaign's a bit long. And it's kind of annoying, too. Honestly, this first campaign starts pretty off on the wrong foot, I feel. Yeah, great way to start your climax, guys. Make the most boring fight in the history of the game. This boring set of fights are just annoying and painful to play for. Yeah, great building up the hype for the end of the game, guys. You've done really well up to this point, and then you're going to leave it, and then kind of you screwed it over here. So that's kind of how it feels. Like, up to this point, the game's been pretty solid. Like, everything's been pretty solid. And it feels good. But then this happens. You know when you play the entire first episode, I mean, you know when you spend over 30 minutes just to get through the first part of the game? With the mage campaign? Oh, come on. Well... Yeah, you'll get to see the intro, but you won't actually get to see me play the magics, yeah? Yeah, yeah, this thing gets kind of long. Well, oh, what? Just a little thing to note, she actually starts off at level 7. I think she actually starts off at level, I'm not sure, maybe in the DS version I think she started off at level 1. I can't remember correctly if she did, but I think she starts off at level 1. And, yeah, they start off at a respectable 7 and give her this. But, I think I'll leave that for the next episode. This is Shapeshifter signing out. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you next time. And if you could like and subscribe, that'd really help. Shapeshifter signing out.